What do you do with the exponents when we multiply? Okay. What do you do with the exponents when you divide? Let's go spit spot, don't stare. Multiply the base. What do we do with the exponents? Add. So it should be x plus y. Tomorrow we'll be doing that with fractions. Woo! So practice your fraction skills, adding, subtracting. Google it tonight if you need help with that. If you can't do it without a calculator, Google it tonight. Tomorrow, what are we doing here when we divide? Good. And again, we're doing that tomorrow with fractions. Better Google it. Figure it out. Ask me something. Okay. Next, law of 0. 6 exponent 1, what does that equal? What about 4x0? What does that equal? Nope. If I had this, that would equal 1, but this equals 4 times 1, because the x has this exponent 0. So this equals 4. Okay? Good. Next one, do this one real quick. Go. Rachel, what's the answer? Good. How'd she get that? This up front has the base in brackets, so the whole thing has a value of 1. This has a value of 1. Add them together. Okay. Today what we're going to focus on more, though, is negative exponents. So if we have a negative exponent, that's a big no-no. Never leave answers with negative exponents. We have to make the exponent positive. How do we do that? It's the flipping rule. We change it into a fraction, okay, and we move the base with the negative exponent down below. So it doesn't mean we have a negative answer. It means we have a fraction. Negative exponents do not mean negative answers. Negative exponents mean fractions. What do negative exponents mean? Fractions. Okay. So you're either going from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom, depending on where you start. So here, what should we do? What should we flip? Should we flip the x? Does the x have a negative exponent? No, so it does not move. Does the y have a negative exponent? Yes, so that changes. What about the w? Does it have a negative exponent? Yes, so it changes. Notice how the exponent changes, but the w still is negative. Okay, now you go and fix that. Okay, let's not worry about that. I just wanted to give you this example to show you that the x won't change. It has a positive exponent. The y will, so will the w, but the w does not change from positive and negative because of a negative exponent. Negative exponents mean fractions. Okay, so no calculator. Here we go. Change this one. This becomes 1 over 7 squared. Then evaluate. 1 over 49. Done. Try number 2. Go. Okay, so we have 1 over bracket negative 8 squared. Okay, all we do is change this negative sign right here, and then we have to evaluate negative 8 times negative 8. Because of the brackets, the base is negative, so it's negative 8 times negative 8. Gotta be careful what the brackets mean. And then we get a positive 64. Okay, so know why the 64 is positive. Number 3. What do we do now? Yeah, we got to flip it first. So now it's out of the fraction. Then evaluate it. So we get 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Is that 8 or 16? 16. Thanks. Okay. Number 4. You haven't seen this one before. Just note, it might not turn out on your sheet, but it's negative. Okay, negative Oops, negative 10 over 3. Okay, I'm not sure if that turned out or not on your sheet. So first thing we want to do is fix this negative sign. And so it's still negative sign, but now instead of 10 over 3, it's 3 over 10. Okay, so your fraction flips. Both of them now. Right? So these are the 4 main ones you're going to look at when you're doing your homework. Okay. Now, because it's cubed, we have to, let's put this negative sign up top. And it's negative 3 cubed over 10 cubed. Okay, so we multiply it in. 1 times 3, 1 times 3. Negative 27 over 1,000. Okay. Your negative sign on the fraction can go top or bottom. It doesn't really matter. Mr. Barker writes it on the top, so I always remember it's there. That's the only reason why I do it. Okay, questions. This one's a little bit weird. Is okay with it? Okay. Those are our 4 main examples. Let's start applying them to numbers and letters. Okay. So what do we have to do with the exponent? First of all, fix it. You can only fix one negative exponent at the time. So I chose to make this exponent positive. That means the 3 on the x has to stay as negative. I don't want to, I can't, right? One flip changes one exponent. So this one here is still negative. Then I can multiply in. So it's going to be, what's the exponent on the negative 4? What's the exponent on the x? What's the exponent on the y? Multiply your exponents. So this would be a 1 times a 2. 1 times a 2. So we get 2, negative 6, 2. Multiply them in. Okay. All right, next step. What do you guys want to do? Yeah, which one should we flip? The whole thing? Just the x. So it becomes positive 6 up top. Y squared stays. What about negative 4 squared? What does that become? Negative 4 times negative 4? Positive 16. Okay. Now, can you do this in a different order? Absolutely. As long as you follow the rule correctly, it can be done in any order. There might be 5 different ways of doing it. Any order, follow the rules correctly. It's one rule at a time. That's why I didn't change the negative 3 when I brought it to the bottom. I only changed this exponent here on the outside. Okay, let's fix this exponent first. Go. So you should get y squared on top, 2x negative 5 on the bottom. Let's bring this 4 inside. So multiply it by the exponents. Bring the 4 inside. Okay, so you multiply it in. We get y 8. 2 exponent 4, x exponent negative 20. Okay. All right, fix it all up now. Fix the negative 20, fix the 2, 4. There you go. X20, Y8, 16. Questions? Okay, try the next one. What I would do is I'd apply my exponent laws right here by adding the exponents. And then I would fix them. Actually, it's your choice here. I'll let you have. Give it a shot. There's several different ways of doing question 7. Okay, so give it a shot. Okay, so for me, I went 4 exponent 2, and I went -1 plus -2 gives me -3, all to -1. Now, I could have flipped, but I didn't want to. You know why? Because I decided to apply the multiplication rule first. And so I get here 2 exponent positive 3. Okay. Now, if you didn't, you would have got 4 exponent 1 over 2 -3 to the positive 1, and 4 exponent 1 over 2 to the -3, and then 4 exponent 2 to the positive 3. Okay. So then I'm going to get 4 times 8, answers 32. Watch the cable. Back up if you need to, okay, Chris? Back up. It's in your feet somewhere. Okay, thanks. Okay, questions. Any questions with 7? A little bit weird. Okay, a little bit weird. Okay, what about the next one? What I would do, I would answer in the brackets first. I think that would be easier. Now, when you divide fractions, what are you supposed to do? Flip it and multiply. Okay. This is non-calculator, remember. Okay, so you want to cancel out the 16 and the 4, divide them both by the same number, or GCF. 9 and 81, what's the GCF? 9. So we're going to get 1 and 9, divide them both by 9. And so now we have basically 1 times 4 and 1 times 9. That's what we have. When we're multiplying fractions, so we cancel. So we're going to get 4 over 9 inside the brackets to the -2. Okay. Now you can work it out. Okay, so this equals 9 over 4 to the positive 2, 9 squared over 4 squared, which equals 81 over 16. Pretty cool. Nice and easy, right? Simplify using all your skills. Okay, that's what makes this unit very hard. Okay. From our notes, we know that we want that to be a 4, so it should be 2 exponent 4, because that's the value of 16. Okay. Now we can multiply those together. So 4 times 3/4. Do you guys remember what happens? The 4's cancel. So we're left with exponent 3. Now what's the value there? 1 times 2 cubed is? 2 times 2 times 2? 8. So 1 over 8 is our answer. Okay. So now I'm going to show you an alternate method, which some people might like doing this way. So we're going to go 6. We're going to keep the negative 3/4, but we're going to change the 16 into 2 exponent 4 right away. So we don't get rid of our negative sign first. We're just doing the rule in a different order. This equals 2 to the negative 3, because the 4's cancel, which is 1 over 2 cubed, which is 1 over 8. So I just did a different rule first. No big deal. Right? They can be done in different orders. Okay, so you choose which one you want to do. Sometimes if it's not working out, go back and start with a different rule. That might help you. Right? Don't just sit there and throw the hands in the air. All right, try the next one. Go for it. Without a calculator. All right, start the next one. Maybe just leave it as negative 3 squared to start. You don't have to, but give the 9 and the 16 a facelift. Again, the bottom of the fraction's a 2. That's a big hint on how to change it. Okay, 64 over 27. Now you can do it different ways. Totally can. Looking back at this one, I probably would have flipped my fraction first to 16 over 9 to the positive 3 over 2. Didn't have to, but looking back, yeah, maybe I should have done that one first. It's up to you. Okay, next one. Give it a shot. Go for it. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be negative 3 to the exponent negative 4. 1 over negative 3 exponent positive 4. 1 over positive 81. Okay, it must be a positive 81 because it's negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, different orders. Any questions about what you did, possibly? Hello, Vice Principal Hall. How are you? Okay, for this one here. Oh, what would I do with this one here? For this one, what I would do is I would find the values to the inside first because it's like you're going to have to do 2 facelifts. So write the value of this and this out. That would be the first step, I think. Okay? So you're going to get 2 times 2 times 2 is what? 8 over 16. Is that right? Ooh. 64. Sorry, that makes more sense. Okay, sorry. Okay, go for that one. I would get rid of the negative sign as your first step. Usually it's the easiest with the fractions. So right is a positive 2/3. Okay. So final answer, you got to put in lowest terms. You could have put in lowest terms earlier if you wanted to. Right, the 8/64, you could have changed that to lowest terms. The 2/4, you could have changed the lowest terms. It's kind of your choice. Questions and answers. Let's go ask them. Guys okay? Chris, yep.
I'm not sure, but why do we flip to third eight? Why don't we flip to?
Right here? Why didn't we?
Yeah, with their negative exponents too.
Oh, we didn't flip them, did we? Okay. So, notice how, okay, I went from a negative 2/3 and then I lost it, didn't I? So I got my this should be 4/1. So what I'm going to do to correct that is I'll just add a negative sign here, a here, a here, 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 and then I can just simply add 4/1. Okay. Now you should. I should have flipped earlier. I totally should have. Okay. Questions? All right. Okay, number 5. Same idea. Okay, 3 exponent 4 is 81, I believe, over 16. This one, 0.75, change that to a fraction. So the first step would be 75/100 because it's the 100th decimal spot. And what is it as lowest terms? 3/4. Okay. Go ahead and do this one. This will be our last one that we do. Go for it. What do you want to do? I'm tired of Chris embarrassing me. So mean, Chris.